And welcome back, everyone, to Speed. Who would win speed round number? I didn't even check. I'll put it in the title because we're, I think, up to like 10 of these plus now. So let's just get into it. Let's just get into it. I got 7 of these. Oh, I went big on this one, baby. And so we got from Superior Gaming 9898. Who won the fight? Suna from, I don't remember the actual character's name. Suna. Hold on. What's the series that he's from? Suna. One second. Now, Suna. Suna Sawada. Sawada. There we go. Suna Sawada. That's the name of the character from the series Reborn. What was it? The actual name of the series here? Yeah, it's just called Reborn. So versus Shota Todoroki. Now they both have fire-based abilities, but from what I understand, from what a lot of people have said, Suna Yoshi is its full name. From what I understand, his actual abilities go a lot more beyond just straight flames. He apparently is strong enough to kind of either create or affect, and there's a difference between the two, singularities with his flames. Apparently his flames are dying will flames from a high-pressured wave, and regarding as a symbol of the mafia. The flames are capable of destructive powers as well as evil aura purification, releasing dying wave sky flames. He's got multiple different forms of flames with multiple different effects. And again, if I'm not mistaken, he did in fact once either destroy a singularity or create a singularity. Either way, he's pretty powerful. And because of that, whatever the singularity feat actually is, I cannot remember. Let anyone who knows the series better than I do, which I have done the character before, but anyone who does know the series better than I do, let me know what that singularity feat actually is, whether he created or like destroyed one. And by the way, as singularities go, it's clearly not a true singularity. Even a black hole that big would be enough to engulf the Earth very quickly. So it's clearly a singularity in the sense of like an anime, which is still intense gravity well, all that, which is still well beyond anything Todoroki has ever achieved in My Hero. Like destroying a gravity well, even a very weak one, is not, I think, within the power set of, or power level of Shota Todoroki, sadly. So right out the gate, I give that one to Suna. Next up, we got from Cindy Faye. Who won the fight? Peter Jackson's 2005 Kong versus the Beast Titan from Attack on Titan. This honestly just comes down to it doesn't matter what the abilities of the Beast Titan are, which, to be fair, one second, I do believe it does have abilities. I didn't even bother looking up the abilities because to me this is just one of those scenarios where Kong has no abilities other than its physicality. The 2005 Kong is one of the smallest versions of the big guy we've ever had. Let's see, hold on. And the Beast Titan, because 2005 Kong's size is like right around 25 to 30 feet tall. He's very large for like a real world animal, 100%. But he's not large by kaiju standards. No one in that movie series actually is. The Beast Titan, let me see it. So do we have a height? Actually, the Beast Titan is only 17 meters tall. Let me do it. Well, hold on. Let me convert that real quick. This might be the one we spend the most time on. Meters to feet. Meters to feet. There we go. So 17 meters roughly translates out to 22. What? Not 17 meters. 7 meters. Okay, 55 feet tall. He is double the height of Kong. Apparently, varying animal characteristics under Zeke Giger's control is capable of throwing powerful hardening, could turn subjects of Ymir into titans that could crudely control them. That wouldn't matter here. But the point is that the Beast Titan is very physically powerful. And unfortunately, in a world of monsters, size matters. Even with your intelligence, which, by the way, the Beast Titan also is very intelligent, being a human inside a Titan. So, yeah, Kong here is just is really outclassed, unfortunately. So, with that said, next up from, oh yeah, we're going here, folks, Alice SpongeBob versus Godzilla. Look, realistically, Godzilla should just squash SpongeBob, sure. But as we know, SpongeBob has the magical power of imagination. At least the creator's imagination. As Toon Force, his ability to use Toon Force are through the roof, having survived and destroyed his entire universe's destruction. Even surviving his own erasure. So really, technically, there's no reason SpongeBob would lose this fight. However, believe it or not, for you SpongeBob fans out there, Godzilla still wins this fight. Why, you may ask? Because, yes, SpongeBob has the ability to theoretically defeat Godzilla, theoretically, but if we're keeping within SpongeBob's character, he's going to hightail the F out of there because SpongeBob, most of the time, isn't going to fuck with something like that. Like, we've seen him freak out from far less monstrous things than Godzilla, even with all of his universe-busting feats and whatnot. So, yeah, believe it or not, Godzilla would still win this fight because SpongeBob would hightail it out of there despite all of his power. Because let's be honest, SpongeBob is not aware of these capabilities of himself. He's just doing his own thing, and this is just the world he lives in. This is not like he knows, I can unfold the universe at any moment. I can erase you with my magical pen, although he doesn't know he can do that. I can absorb all the water in the universe if I so choose. I am SpongeBob, destroyer of worlds. SpongeBob is not that character. This is the problem when people use cartoons in versus matches. They never are actually taking into consideration, or most of the time, they're not taking into consideration their character. They're talking about all the things they did. SpongeBob, theoretically, has the power to, not even theoretically, has the ability to beat Godzilla if he really wanted to. The problem is, he wouldn't want to screw with Godzilla because it's Godzilla. He would freak the hell out. For God's sake, he freaked out from a damn worm. An Alaskan bullworm, mind you. But a damn worm, which when you really think about the size comparison, because Sandy's a squirrel. Let's say this hand is Sandy right here. The bullworm was about the size of my screen. So a squirrel's about that big in real life, roughly speaking. If we scale that down, that means the worm's height was roughly, I don't know, looks like 3 to 4 times Sandy. That means that worm was roughly that worm was about 4 feet large. I mean, that was a big worm. I'm not gonna lie, I see a worm that big with a mouth like that, I might freak out too. I would then go caveman on it and beat it to death, but I would freak out first. So yeah, Godzilla would win because SpongeBob would run away. Don't try to argue he wouldn't. We both know he would. So let's see. Then we had from Guts versus Jason Voorhees from Buena Vista. So Guts would cleave through the majority of Jason's no problem. Most of the Jasons are too slow to do anything. His Dragon Slayer is literally going to just cleave straight through him. I don't even see him and Guts has dealt with so many demons, he would not be tempted to eat Jason's heart at all. So right out the gate, Guts wins the majority of those fights. I don't think that's up for debate here. Uber Jason's a bit of a different, it's a wild card though. We know how physically tough he is. He can survive re-entry to a planet's atmosphere. But Guts' Dragon Slayer can cut through corundum, which is harder than steel. The question is, what is Jason made of? This is something we don't really know what he's made of. We know it was something that could survive re-entry, but it's very likely what it is that the metal is designed to absorb heat. That's one of the reasons he probably survived. So, not to say that he still had to survive the impact, though, and he survived it no problem, but still. Add on the fact that Guts also has his Berserker armor, which it's a double-edged sword, but he still has it, his cannon, all that. I still think Guts could win as long as he goes for the head. Yeah, while Jason might not be durable enough to take a full-on hit and survive, I think he's durable and thick enough to actually take the Dragon Slayer and kind of get it stuck. Like, he's still gonna feel it and still gonna carve through his body. So in that sense, I would give the fight still to Guts, but Uber Jason is a problem. Then coming in from who gave me this one now? Shadow Dice Gaming. Dr. Gero versus Iron Man. Now, the Dragon Ball characters versus a lot of Marvel characters, especially the lower tier Marvel characters, we're just talking about Dragon Ball Z, they're going to blitz about 90% of the people on Earth. You're going to need literal god level characters half the time to actually keep up with Dragon Ball characters just in Z alone. Case in point, when you saw Death Battle 19 versus 18, or 18 versus Captain Marvel, yeah, 18 hell over. I actually think I had Captain Marvel in that fight too. But Iron Man is one of those individuals who, because Gero is an android, he's theoretically capable, well, he's a cyborg technically, but he's theoretically capable of being hacked. Beyond that, if we're actually looking about everything Gero is capable of doing, his energy absorption wouldn't do a damn thing because Iron Man's wearing a suit of armor. Iron Man also has equivalent energy blast coming right from his suit, so he can match Gero blow for blow. Once he sees that Gero absorbs energy, well, he would just switch suits at any point, maybe even going to the Endosim, stealing the energy from Gero and making it completely impossible for Gero to move. Iron Man is also capable of dishing out planetary level threats of damage, just like Gero is. Plus, he has the Soul's Hammer, which is a Dyson sphere, a cannon pretty much, which Gero would not be able to survive. The question would just become, is Iron Man capable of surviving long enough to use any of his instant kill moves on Gero? That suit is durable enough to take blows from Hulk and Thor, depending on what suit he's using. That, yeah, Iron Man, and I think he's pretty much the smarter of the two, let's be honest. He's developed, well, Gero has developed some impressive things. Iron Man has developed far more impressive things. Now, hand-to-hand combat, Gero probably has the edge in terms of like speed and reflexes because he is an android. He is physically enhanced to the point where he moves faster than Iron Man does, just regardless, even with the suit maybe reacting for him. But he's still got to cleave through the suit. Tony's suit can take a lot of damage. Any of them can. So I would probably go Iron Man in this fight. Then, coming to us from, who gave me this one? It was Super Saiyan 5 Raikage. Kid Sasuke versus Taskmaster. The problem here for Kid Sasuke is the fact that he just doesn't have a lot going for him. His fireballs, Taskmaster wears a suit for protection for a reason. The only thing he really has for kill shot really is the Chidori, and he's still got to be able to tag Taskmaster with that. Taskmaster, who will be memorizing every one of those movements that Sasuke is making and using him against him, plus all the stuff he has on call to begin with, being a full-grown adult and a much more physically capable adult, and the fact that he's studied the moves of God knows how many other characters as well, plus he also has guns, so that guns don't exist in Naruto. It would be very interesting to see how that would really work with characters with guns. Sasuke, while fast, is he faster than a bullet? That's the question. Possible he's faster than a bullet, but it depends also on the caliber of bullet. Like a handgun, probably he is actually faster than that. A high caliber rifle, which Taskmaster clearly has in this shot right here, not quite sure on that one. And even then, Taskmaster also has an array of weaponry under his belt as well, including shield, claws like Wolverine, so forth and so on. I would probably be leaning towards Taskmaster in this fight. Sasuke does also have, Kid Sasuke has the advantage of a Sharingan, which could theoretically put him in a Genjutsu. The problem is we actually never see Kid Sasuke use Genjutsu with his Sharingan really at all. So we don't know how capable he was of doing that. So either way, I would probably lean towards Taskmaster in this fight. Last but not least, coming to us from John, is Alex Mercer versus Midnighter. Now, Midnighter is from the Authority in DC. He's going to probably be showing up in the Authority movie coming out in a couple of years. He also has a enhancement in his body, like a mechanical enhancement, that pretty much gives him a version of Ultra Instinct. So he kind of just reacts. He's a skilled hand-to-hand fighter. He's kind of the Authority's equivalent to Batman. The problem is he just doesn't have any answer to Alex Mercer is the problem. Alex Mercer could just, even if he dodges to a certain degree, Alex could just spam a lot of stuff and then just absorb his biomass into him and it's done. Alex Mercer is not an opponent Midnighter would want to go up against because he just doesn't have an answer to him. At least with his base gear. Maybe he could bring something into the fight that would work, but that's prep and we're not doing prep for this. So Alex Mercer, I think, would win the fight. Ultimately, though, this is just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you folks next time. Later.